Coming up on Kochie's Business Builders, why it takes years to gain customers but just minutes to lose them. The innovative company supporting cricket legends Michael Clarke and Sachin Tendulkar, and how to protect your small business from a natural disaster. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Kochie's Business Builders. Let's get straight into it. Let me ask you, what do you think about Australia going cashless? The march towards a cashless society is gaining momentum, which is challenging a lot of small business owners. But you need to have the answers. Research from ME Bank has shown there's already been a negative impact on tradies, people working in cafes and other industries. Would you believe a massive 61% of Australian consumers prefer to use a digital wallet such as Tap and Go? Now, when customers change habits like this, we also have to change our business models to meet those habits. Coming up, Spartan Sports is the name on the bats of so many cricket superstars. Kunal Sharma's family business has remained a popular, successful brand since 1935. The family's secret to success is innovation. Up next, former accountant turned furniture designer David Trope's business, Alliance Furniture Trading, suffered from a potentially devastating natural disaster. He survived with the help of great insurance advice from his Steadfast broker. We'll learn what he did right and how we can also protect ourselves. David Trope is a veteran furniture maker and distributor based in Sydney. With a small factory in Indonesia and China, David has kept the business thriving in a very competitive market. We sent in Sean Morrish, a Steadfast insurance broker, to get his story.
So David, tell me about your business and how you got started.
I was third generation furniture, working as an accountant, got sick and thought I want to go back into furniture. I opened a second-hand shop in Redfern, selling second-hand furniture, obviously, and it developed into a chain of 5 retail stores. And eventually, this is my passion, doing decorative furniture.
So what market are you in? Who do you normally deal with and sell
It
to?
evolves all the time, depending on what I see. If I like something or I design something, there's trends that drive who you sell product to. A big part of the business over the last few years has been commercial, restaurants, cafes, but especially pubs and bars, bar furniture. So we do anything where people are looking for a point of difference.
And with over 30 years in the business, he's had his fair share of pitfalls.
So David, you've been in business for 30 years now, so I imagine you've come across a fair few issues in that time.
Definitely, it's just endless. It happens to everyone. Every small business would be going through it. I hope it wasn't personal, that it just happened to me. It starts off with small motor vehicles when you're employing young guys. When you're a young guy, and then everything does happen. It's a matter of time. It's going to happen to everyone, however careful you are. Be it flood damage in Sydney lately, that's been a massive thing. I've had a fire, motor car vehicle accidents, product liability.
So can you talk us through a specific experience that comes to mind?
One of the most damaging experiences, the hardest thing to live through as a guy with a small business, was a serious flood. We got wiped out with 30 centimetres of water throughout the warehouse due to the street plumbing not being able to cope with it. It was a time of not knowing where to go, how to move forward, thinking you couldn't move forward. There was just so much stuff to do. But I phoned the Steadfast guys. They were onto it straight away, sending forms, telling me how to fill the forms out, even filling some of the easy parts out for me and saying, listen, just relax. Everyone's been through it. We've been through it 100 times. Nice and calm, calmed me down. I have a relationship going back years. I trusted the Steadfast guys. I knew they were going to do right. And it went from there. The external guy came in, a real professional, doing this 5 times a day, and told me how he was going to fix it for me.
We'll be right back to hear more from Sean and David. We discover how this third-generation furniture business owner survived a natural disaster. According to a June 2016 NAB report, Australia's idea of success is changing, and being happy is considered as being an important factor in achieving success. We're also taking more control of our own careers. 1 in 4 working people are currently self-employed. This spirit of entrepreneurship is paying off financially and is helping to boost new small businesses. Crowdfunding has generated a massive $325 million in the past year alone. As a nation, we're also embracing micro-entrepreneurship. Almost half of the 2,000 people surveyed said they've used sites such as eBay and Airtasker to make extra cash, while 1 in 7 people have participated in the sharing economy and have driven an Uber or rented out rooms on Airbnb to make money. Australians are looking for a meaningful and fulfilling career path and life they can feel passionate about and take control of. Find out how you can do it too at nab.com.au/small business. Next up, the 4th generation business behind some of the world's greatest cricketers reckons giving back to the community is an important key to their success. We'll be right back after the break. Spartan Sports has become an international success story by supplying cricket bats for the likes of Michael Clarke, Sachin Tendulkar and Gayle. That's a lot of runs between them. Now, while tradition is important for this family business, being innovative is also essential. Their products range from carefully hand-stitched footballs to mobile gaming apps so you can play sport online.
Spartan Sports has been going on for over 75 years, and we have a great extensive network around the world where we are in Australia, we're in New Zealand, we're in South Africa, we're in England, we're in India, we're in Dubai, we're in West Indies, Caribbean as well. And we have over 400 staff in India and over 40-odd staff in Australia. And the rest of the world, we manage things from here. And as a business, what's the most rewarding thing for us is to keep children happy, to keep sportsmen happy and giving them the best we can from a Spartan's perspective. Spartan was founded by my great-grandfather, originally in 1935. And then my great-grandfather obviously passed on to my grandfather, and from my grandfather passed on to my father, and then to me. So the business has been around for literally close to nearly 80 to 90 years. That's what we've been doing as sports equipment manufacturers and, building brands around the world. We work with all these amazing stars, which makes us so close to them, and that's why we leverage this great relationship with all these players. They provide the excellence in what they do, and they use our brand in the TV and show it to the world, and and that helps our sales. That helps us what we want to achieve going forward as well. And they help us in doing a lot of innovation and R&D with our business as well. That gives us a better edge than anyone else in the marketplace. We produce some amazing cricket bats. We're putting chips in a cricket bat where you can now, see how fast you swing your bat with the help of MS Dhoni, Gayle, Sachin Tendulkar. We are bringing this out in a technology in a cricket bat. And now going forward, we are putting this new innovation of apps into the mobiles where you can buy equipment online and you can play sport online, where it gives them enough opportunity to do things which other brands don't do that. So that is to us is innovation, and where kids can adapt to it and become the stars that they want to be. It's very, very important in a sporting goods industry to have trust, amongst who you work with. And it's a very skills-orientated business where product is hand-stitched, product is handcrafted. To find makers is very, very hard in today's world. Like even today, the football is manufactured and stitched by hand. It's not machine stitched. It's how we bring the right quality. One of the biggest obstacles, obviously, in any business is trying to have the right kind of team and building a team, and that is with any success. You can't do everything on your own. And over the years, we've built having a good team around us and having great networks around the world with the right distributors, with the right, factories that we work with, and that gives us enough to make our brand number one. As an entrepreneur, it's very, very important to give back to the community, and we just did a launch with Michael Clarke about 2 months ago. We were giving away $1 million worth of equipment, sports equipment to all around Australia, to schools and clubs who are struggling, and which gives them enough opportunity to be the sports person they want to be. Sometimes, people can't afford it, parents can't afford it, schools can't afford it. As a company, we look at that as a giving back to the community, because sports is all about having you look up to heroes, and we provide the equipment that they can have the best product in their hand, and that's very rewarding for us. We're very innovative as a brand. We innovate with the rest of the world. We work very closely, with some amazing retailers. We learn from them, and especially now with our business, we're working a lot on innovation. So online retailing, e-commerce retailing, and that is one which makes us more, people love us more for what we're doing that other brands are not doing. So it gives us an upper edge. My grandfather taught me one thing, which is quality and trust is one of the most important things in a business. And, being down to earth, no matter what you achieve, you're still a normal person. You've got to work with the community and you've got to work with people. So trust is important, and loyalty with your team that you work with. And again, having the right kind of people involved around the world to support you. That's one of the most important focuses the Spartans always had. And that's where we are today. I love my job. I won't do anything else.
Coming up, Sean tells David how to safeguard his precious inventory from future flooding. Plus, Scott Glasson from Cali Press Organic Juices on why customers are built in years and lost in minutes. Earlier in the show, we heard from David Trope of Alliance Furniture Trading, a long-standing small business that was devastated by a flood. We sat down with David to hear how having the right experts at hand got him back on his feet in no time.
What came out of the issue? What was the resolution?
Well, the resolution was how you're going to move forward, how you're going to get cover, how you're going to stay in your premises. With consultation with Steadfast, and they saying, look, certain guys will cover you if you raise this much off the floor with pallets. So I did that. We've got some big swing gates that seal up, so if water does ever happen again, the gates will compress against the wall. We've also installed a pit that takes any excess water that does collect on the floor with 2 individual pumps and spits the water back out. So it's sort of self-contained, a little bit of Amsterdam in the back of Marrickville.
So what would have happened had you not had a broker?
I hate to think, if I try to think about it now, it's still frightening. The stress would have wiped me out, let alone not having the progress payments, even having my claim assessed, having money flow straight away, and just the support. And there's so much your family can do for you, but having a professional behind you and having a professional who knows other professionals behind you, I survived it. I'm still here and I'm doing what I do and enjoying it.
So what would be your advice to other small businesses watching?
Like me 30 years ago, however small you think you are, phone a Steadfast guy, because they do deal with small people. Like I was, I needed one type of insurance. My business was that micro. Phone the guys, tell them what you do. They care, they take an interest, but they will grow and help you grow. The main thing is you've got someone watching your back. You've got someone in your corner who's there for you. And it's one less thing you need to worry about. You need to worry about sales. You need to worry about expenses. Let those guys worry about looking after you. That's my only advice. I can't imagine doing it without them.
How amazing to hear David speak so candidly about how important it was to have the right support during an incredibly difficult time for his small business. We all need someone to lean on in tough times, don't we? So visit kochiesbusinessbuilders.com.au to let us know how you've recovered from a challenging time in your small business. We just love hearing all of your war stories.
Hi, I'm Scott Glasson, and I'm one of the co-founders of Cali Press, bringing to Sydney some of the best cold-pressed juices, superfood smoothies and bowls, coffee, and so much more. We currently have 5 stores in operation and plan to blow this space open in the coming years with some amazing new ideas. My tips for success are, number 1, Customers are built in years but lost in minutes. So build a really quality team around you with a passion for your brand. Ultimately, this develops the culture required to break open your market and build your dreams. Number 2, don't be scared to empower your staff and really let them build success with you, as having a team deep into your mission is critically important for both you and them. Number 3, never compromise. Customers are very intuitive and sense when a corner has been cut, so stay true to your brand promise and deliver on this. Hope you enjoy these tips and live large.
Ready for another burning business question? Ask Kochie is coming up soon. Don't forget to send us your video question through kochiesbusinessbuilders.com.au. Small Business First has partnered with carloans.com.au to offer great finance rates for small business. Check the website for more details. What a great lineup of small business stories today. Wasn't it fantastic to hear from Scott, who said, get your team deep into your mission. Never compromise, stay true to your brand price, and always deliver. He is so right. Getting staff and customers passionate about your product or service is absolutely crucial. Don't go away. Next up, I'll be answering another great viewer question.
Repeat business is the easiest way to improve your cash flow, and loyalty reward programs keep customers coming back. Most of us have a paper card or two from a local cafe tucked into our wallets with the promise of a free cup of coffee once we bought 10 cups. But cafes aren't the only businesses that can benefit from rewards programs. Using rewards programs helps incentivize your customer base to remain loyal and keep coming through your door. Examples of customer loyalty programs include discounts or giveaways once the customer has spent a certain amount, discount codes or coupons, and competitions. In the past, it was only big corporations that had the resources to offer elaborate loyalty reward programs, but times have changed. Smaller businesses can now check out loyalty programs like Stamp Me, 5 Stars, Belly, and Reward All to create modern, customized mobile loyalty and digital card programs at an affordable price.
Now, welcome to Ask Kochie, where I answer one of your burning business questions. Now, today's video question comes from Stacey. Let's get into it.
Hi Kochie, my name is Stacey. I'm the founder and managing director of Shewear. We manufacture a range of safety and fashion footwear for women, specifically targeting women in trades and specialised fields. I recently exhibited at a trade fair overseas, and something that we did discover is that the supply chain and logistics process is quite involved. Just really need to think outside the square and look at different avenues of logistics, whether it's in Australia or overseas, and to get individual and bulk orders out and about. Any assistance would be appreciated. Cheers.
Thanks for sending in your video, Stacey. It is a great question, and to help today, I've brought in an expert, Rebecca Burrows, the General Manager of Small Business at Australia Post, who goes through this and helps Australian small businesses all the time. Rebecca, good to see you. Look, growing a business is exciting, particularly thinking of exporting.
Absolutely.
But also it's a bit scary for us all, including Stacey. What would you recommend?
So it is a really exciting time, especially when you start to get that first interest from overseas. And there's a couple of different areas to look at. So if you're lucky enough that you've actually gone to a trade show and you've got one of those distributors interested in your product, then you're really looking at those business-to-business solutions. And there's a range of ways that you can get help with that. So it could be that you want to work with a partner who can help you with everything from third-party logistics, picking and packing, actually managing those orders from the distributors. And our Star Trek business, as an example, can help with that. Or it might be that you're here in Australia, you're actually getting interest from consumers overseas. So with the boom in e-commerce, lots of small businesses actually start selling overseas by one order coming from a customer or a few orders coming from a customer. And so in that case, I say it's really important to actually think through what is the actual value, the service offering that those consumers are after, and then to talk to a shipping provider around what that might be. So does the customer want tracking? Does the customer want to take out some insurance? And then come talk to us about what we might be able to do. So we have lots of solutions that you can just access via a post office or digitally with us, which could be one parcel that you want to send, or indeed you might actually have enough of those customers interested that you go to a contract and we can actually design some bespoke solutions for you into any of the countries overseas. So it's really quite exciting that you can actually start your international business at home, and your first step is really to pop into a post office and have a chat.
Okay, because then you organise the alliances overseas, don't you?
Absolutely.
Because that's one of the big problems that small businesses have. They go, oh, gee, say in China, who do I go and talk to?
Absolutely.
Who do I build a relationship? But you've already done it with groups like China Post.
Yes, so we have relationships really in all countries through the postal alliances to actually get product to the door of a consumer. And then we also have our international business, which actually offers supply chain solutions into and out of certain countries. So also if you're sourcing product from overseas, we can actually help with the supply chain, say from China, with our relationships there, where we can actually pick and pack directly from China to China and also to other countries overseas.
So you've done the hard work.
Absolutely.
Good, excellent. Rebecca, thank you for that. Great advice. Thanks for the questions, Stacey. And we'll all catch up next week. Hey, thanks for dropping by the KBB YouTube channel. If you want a whole lot more where this came from, press the subscribe button and it will open a Pandora's box of great videos that not only are educational, full of great advice, but also really inspiring. Just what we need as small business owners.